Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 in another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Baku Grand Prix. Plenty of upgrades in the car this weekend. Looking forward to seeing how they get on. Brand new underfloor, brand new side pods, and our second iteration of all the other parts. We have put in a few more parts for development as well, with the front wing and rear wing getting some new upgrades, as well as the chassis and suspension on the way. We're putting in brand new engines this weekend for the drivers because we want to have the most power as possible here in Baku, and of course we have been using an engine that will become our practice engine now, and we'll focus on the other 3 bits for the rest of the season, but hopefully we'll be all right. I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. Hopefully you guys are too. So without further ado, let's get ourselves into the action and see how we get on in qualifying 1. Sprint weekend, of course, so very important that we get a good grid position so that we're able to try and take advantage of the sprint. We were pretty good in the sprints last year. I believe this was Ocon's first race victory in episode 50 this time last year, so it'll be a good homecoming for him, if you like, to where he got his first victory in a Williams car, and well, he very nearly picked up victory last time out, didn't he, in Australia, and him and Lando Norris are going to be very, very close to each other, as Lando Norris went quickest, but Ocon has gone quicker with a 1:43.3, and that should be more than enough to get through to Q2, as Max Verstappen goes even quicker, and Kevin Magnussen's up there as well, which is good to see. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people are getting on after the mid-season break. I'm going to send them out again on the scrubs and see if we can get them even further up. Yeah, Ocon definitely going quickly here, as is Lando Norris, who's quickest in that middle sector. So here we go then. This is surely going to be the moment, because Ocon's gone almighty tour from Lando Norris. Norris heads over the line first. He goes quickest with a 1:43 flat, but Ocon is the first driver into the 42s. Goes a 1/10 of a second quicker than his teammate Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen splits us. And I tell you what, it's going to be very, very close, isn't it, today once again. George Russell currently looking like he might be out in Q1. Sainz is now in the drop zone, and here come the checkered flag. Can Carlos Sainz get himself through? I think he is on a flying lap here. Yes, and he did manage to get himself through in the end. But it's Esteban Ocon who's quickest in Q1. Going out in Q1 is Piastri, Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Liam Lawson and Zane Maloney. Okay, into Q2 we go then. And, well, we'll see how it goes here. Lando Norris doesn't have the highest of confidence, because I was an idiot and put Sophia Flörsch in the car for practice, forgetting it was a sprint weekend. So these are his first laps of the weekend, which is making everything even more impressive, what he's managing here. And now he's getting the tow from Ocon. Is he going to be able to go quicker than Ocon? No, still slower. And Ocon still into the 42s, which is very impressive considering he didn't have any sort of tow there.
Good luck, well done.
But let's see where Max Verstappen ends up as he starts his flying lap. Max Verstappen up to the line. He goes only 4th. Leclerc currently in the bottom 5. And well, Sainz looking precarious, as is George Russell. Mercedes certainly looking good, or certainly on the side of Perez. I'm going to send them both out there. Oh dear, are we going to get them out before anybody here? Yeah, that's, I think it was, is it Norris that's headed out first? No, Ocon's headed out first, and then there is Lando. He's just behind, I think it was Bottas. So yeah, Norris doesn't have any sort of tow. He'll be okay though, he should get through anyway. It's just going to be a case of we want to go as fast as possible here. Yeah, Ocon very much held up here by that Haas car. Well, Norris going quicker here, but Leclerc, don't know what happened to him. Yeah, I think he had a spin. Well, that's going to be the end of qualifying there, isn't it? And the two Red Bulls quicker than us, 42.6, and like Australia, looking very, very fast. But going out in Q2, Valtteri Bottas, the two Ferraris of Sainz and Russell, Alex Albon and Théo Pourchaire. Right, into Q3 we go then. And we do have an abundance of soft tyres to use. Gonna go with some scrub tyres for Norris in his first run.
It should be green now.
I'm gonna try and give him a bit of a tow as well. See what he can manage. He is going quicker than his teammate on this lap, and they head up to the line to 42.7 for Lando Norris. A 43 flat for Esteban Ocon. Pretty good. Right, brand new tyres required. Yeah, we're going to wait until the last moment here. Or are we? Maybe we'll send... no, it's a bit early yet. Well, lots of people are out there. Right. That looks good. So here they go. Onto their flying lap. Let's see what they can do. Norris on a brand new set of soft tyres. Can he go quicker? Ocon's going quicker. At the moment, Norris needs to find something in this middle sector. And does find something. He's currently on pole position, although Max Verstappen has gone ridiculously fast. That's a 142.3. There's no way that we are going to be anywhere near that. I don't even think Ocon's close enough to this. Here goes Norris. He's up to the line, doesn't improve. What about Ocon? Yeah, he gets within a tenth, but Max Verstappen 4 tenths quicker than anybody else there, and he takes pole position for the sprint race.
So it'll be normal in-lap procedures, please.
But that is just absolutely ludicrous lap times. You have to say, unbelievable. And well, Charles Leclerc managed to go above Lando Norris in the end, so we're third and fourth here, which of course isn't ideal, but we'll see how we get on in practice 2. Let's see where our pace is at. Of course, brand new engines as well. Ocon quickest, interestingly enough, in practice 2. So maybe we do have some good race pace. We'll just have to see where it's at.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
So let's see then how the teams tackle today's sprint here in Baku.
Okay, right, let's see what sort of strategy we can put in place. I mean, we could potentially go hard in the sprint, which we've never been able to do before. It certainly looks like soft tyres are the order of the day, I think. And yeah, being aggressive. I think that's how we're going to take it to the Red Bulls today. Let's give it our everything here. This is what we want to see. Absolutely hard and fast racing. Is exactly what we can get on board with, and we are going to be pushing like crazy from the outset. So here we go, ready for the Azerbaijan sprint.
Our sprint today sees the drivers take on 17 laps of the Baku City circuit.
Expect to see plenty making the most of Baku's long, wide main straight. That's going to be their best chance to overtake and secure a strong result.
Well then, folks, it's time to get going.
Well, here we go then.
Now's the time for the sprint here in Baku.
Red Bull 1-2.
And it's
Lights out, away we go.
Away we go.
And is Esteban Ocon going to make a move into turn one? Oh, the Red Bulls have hit. The Red Bulls have hit.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead. Still
And I think it was Max Verstappen. Let's just have a little look at that. It was turn one. And I think it was Charles Leclerc trying to go down the inside there. But yeah, he caught his teammate.
Come together. The teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent
And I
of the
think
damage.
it is Esteban Ocon that has managed to run away here. And there's a red flag. I think Leclerc is out. Wow.
Now the Alpha Tauri involved here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Zayn Maloney. Oh dear,
And
what?
ends up in the wall.
Zayn Maloney just went crazy there. Now, what that has done has allowed Max Verstappen to change his change his tyres, front wing, whatever. So that's basically brought him and Leclerc back into it. So very lucky as always. And an Alpha Tauri deliberately crashing into the wall potentially. But here we go. Let's see how we get on. Second take. And it's lights out, away we go. And Ocon off the grid well. Can he hold off Max Verstappen into turn one? But Verstappen once again getting very close to that wall. And well, it's going to be pretty crazy.
You can do it. Copy.
To see how they get on now.
Come on.
15 laps to go here. And there goes Lando Norris round the outside of Max Verstappen. And it looks like he's going to get through here. And that's exactly what we needed to happen there. And maybe Max Verstappen has more damage than he's letting on, because he looks pretty slow in that first sector. Is this going to allow us to go on and dominate? Well, look how quickly we are pulling away from Max here. This is huge. Right, we're going to tell Norris, don't fight your teammate. Let's just pull away from Max at the start of this Grand Prix. He does have a penalty as well. Don't forget that. Then we've got Magnussen and Perez 4th and 5th. Charles Leclerc is in 6th. Then we have Stroll. Then we have Zhou Guanyu, followed by Gasly, and Nick de Vries is 10th. Then Bottas is 11th, Albon 12th, then Sainz, then Russell, then Piastri, Porsche, Lawson, Ricciardo, and Mick Schumacher bringing up the rear at the moment. But it is Esteban Ocon who is leading this Grand Prix by, well, a good 1.3 seconds to Max Verstappen behind. And I think, let's just zoom it through. Let's get them going here. We are going to attack on the tyres. But we're going to go neutral on the DRS here, as Max Verstappen is staying reasonably close here. And maybe this will be him bringing it back in here. Well, we shall see. I'm assuming that Max has been using a little bit of ERS over the last couple of laps, so maybe we need to start pushing again. I am desperate to try and
Get the tyres down now. Cool.
stay ahead of Max Verstappen. Right. Tell Ocon to use his ERS. And yeah, but now we're pulling away once again. I don't think this is that representative of our actual race pace. But now I think we can allow Norris to fight his teammate. I'm gonna go on medium.
Let's focus on those temps. Yeah.
So Esteban Ocon leads the sprint race. Norris is in second, then Max Verstappen is third, 2.5 seconds behind. Is he going to be able to stay ahead of Kevin Magnussen? Because if he's not, then Magnussen could potentially catch us. And there goes Lando Norris. We're not trying not to be aggressive. We don't really want to take too much risk here. Because we've essentially got a 1-2 in the bag here. But finally, here goes Lando Norris round the outside, and he is through. And he'll be wanting to prove that he is the faster of the two Williams cars after winning the opening race of the season. And, well, Ocon has beaten him in the last two races. And although he had a more favourable strategy in Melbourne, he still had to execute it. Yeah, we're definitely fighting it out here. 5 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, but they are glued to each other on the track. And there goes Esteban Ocon with his DRS, goes down the inside and does stay ahead of Lando Norris for now. Does have DRS to try and forge ahead. Okay, let's zoom it forward. Not a good 6-second advantage, and we'll zoom in on the last couple of laps to see how they get on. At the moment they're in a very, very strong position. But Ocon is the one that's staying ahead for now, for the most part. We got 3 laps to go. 8 seconds ahead of Max, who, remember, does have a penalty. Right, here we go then. We will allow them to push and give them everything for the final 2 laps. So here we go then. Esteban Ocon leads the Grand Prix. Lando Norris is in second, chasing him, and probably in the perfect position here, because once he gets DRS, he will be able to get through as we start the final lap of the race. This has been a pretty dominant sprint race, caused by Max Verstappen's misdemeanors at the first corner of the sprint. And he's going to probably drop behind Sergio Perez down to 6th place. But here we go then. Final lap of this sprint race. Let's see what happens. It is Esteban Ocon leading the way, but Norris is surely going to take the lead here. And he goes down the inside. And that is a good manoeuvre, but that means Ocon is going to have DRS back at him up towards turn 3. So here we go then. DRS for Esteban Ocon. And he pulls to the right-hand side here, and this looks like he's going to overtake Lando Norris back for the lead here. As Norris tries to hold it down the inside, but they're both still ahead for now. Let's see how the first sector times are. Nothing special. But yeah, there's no way Norris is going to get through in the castle section. So it's all going to be about this final sector. Can Lando Norris pip his teammate to the line here? Or is it going to be another Ocon victory?
No more DRS.
Interestingly, Ocon out of ERS.
Overtaking is very difficult.
And here we go. Oh,
Push it.
this is going to be so close with DRS as well. It's got one more press of the button. So here we come then. Checkered flag is going to be out. Lando Norris is going to have DRS. But is he going to be able to make the move? I don't think so. It's less than 1/10 of a second, but it's Esteban Ocon that wins here in the sprint.
Thank you very much. That's checkered flag.
Oh, a very good racing between the two of them. Very clean. And I think Max Verstappen might just survive in the end. I think is he just, well, maybe not actually. Maybe not. I think he will drop behind Perez in the end. We will find out. As Liam Lawson's going to be the last one over the line. And there it is then. Ocon wins again.
Picks up the win in today's sprint.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
And that, of course, gives us P1 and 2 for the race tomorrow. Yes, Verstappen does move down to 6th, less than 1/10 of a second behind Sergio Perez. That's a shame for him. So let's get ourselves into the race.
The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Any thoughts on Esteban Ocon and his performance this weekend, Karun?
You know what, Crofty? They're performing well above what's been expected of them so far. All in all, not a bad place to be.
Well, whatever happens, it's sure to be a tremendous race day here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Okay, let's see how we get on here. I think it's definitely a one-stopper. You could possibly go for a two-stopper, but I think it would be way too slow. I think we just want to attack all the way through, to be honest. Let's see what a two-stopper would entail. We went soft, medium, soft, for instance. I mean, apparently that would be quicker. So, like we did last time with Ocon, we're going to give Lando the more favourable strategy and see what happens, just to try and keep them from making contact with each other on the track. Let's try and keep them apart and Yeah, looking forward to it. So here we go then, ready for the lights here in Baku.
Checks have been carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. There's a chance for Esteban Ocon to show what he can do here.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
Right, let's get to it then.
Here we go then. It's going to be 5 red lights
This is
here
what you've been
in
waiting
Baku.
for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Now can Ocon hold on into turn 1? It's a huge moment for him. He needs to, and it looks like he has. Excellent start from Esteban Ocon.
You will have energy when you
And
need
it looks like
Yeah, good.
Lando Norris maybe already having a little attempt around the outside. Let's ride on board with him. No, not yet. Charles Leclerc is 3rd, then Perez, Magnussen, Verstappen. Stroll is 7th, then Zhou Guanyu in 8th as Max Verstappen drops down to 7th now. And that is a pretty huge moment for him now. Lando Norris on the old soft tyres knows he needs to make a move past his teammate pretty quickly if he is to get anything out of this Grand Prix today. He cannot be caught behind Esteban Ocon. So, great start to this Grand Prix for Esteban Ocon. Got a clean getaway, which is exactly what he needed. We avoided a turn 1 misdemeanor, unlike Red Bull yesterday, and now we can push on with hopefully the rest of the race and be as comfortable as we were in that race. But that's not always the case. Nothing always goes to plan. So about 7 or 8 tenths of a second away, but here we go then. ERS very much enabled for Lando Norris. Is he going to have a little look at his teammate into turn 1? It looks like he's got some straight line speed here. Is he going to brake heavy into turn 1? Yes, he is, and Lando Norris takes the lead of this Grand Prix, and that was a huge move for him. Needed to make that stick, and did. And now with the soft tyres should be able to push on and get ahead in this stint. So that's exactly what we're going to try and achieve. We're going to zoom forward, and we're hoping that we can stay ahead of Charles Leclerc, but that might not be entirely possible. Yeah, we're going to zoom it forward. And there goes Ocon through. And now we look to be more than a second ahead of Perez for 3rd. But this is what happens when you battle over position. That's what Ocon and Norris were doing there. I think Ocon should just glide past with the DRS. At the moment it's going to be about trying to get that lead open a little bit. And make sure we stay ahead of the Red Bulls. But it's going to be a bit of a yo-yo race at the start here. Norris will be coming in lap 14 or so. These tyres may well run out a little before then. We are going nicely, about 3.5 seconds ahead of Leclerc and Perez. That's exactly what we need right now. Anyway, here's Esteban Ocon defending from Lando Norris. They are still battling it out. Present moment. And we have got yellow flags there, and it's one of the McLarens. What's happened here to Valtteri Bottas? Yeah, he just lost it. Didn't quite go into the barriers, so he's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to try and keep Norris at more than 50%. There's Max Verstappen now starting to put in some serious times. And here we go then. Norris is going to be coming in this lap. And what's really important for him is that he doesn't get caught in traffic. It would be fantastic if he could come out ahead of Gasly. I don't think that's going to happen. Right, we're going to let Norris through here.
We will be swapping cars.
That's to allow Norris to get as much of a gap as possible here. So Lando Norris is going to be coming in this lap.
Lando for lane.
There goes Ocon on his way. So Lando's in. Let's hope this is a good stop. It's not fantastic. We've lost 2 seconds there. Luckily, I think we're alright. Didn't matter too much for Norris. Comes back out in 10th place, but needs to continue to attack. Right. Ocon's going to keep attacking. Actually going to give it a bit of welly over the next lap or so to try and get that gap up. As Lando Norris puts in fastest lap of the race, needs to be high on the aggression for overtaking.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled. Copy.
Let's see if Norris can do it here. Yeah, goes down the inside. Quite easy in the end for Norris. Now needs to get past Gasly and Albon pretty quickly. Oh, that's a good move. That's an excellent move from Lando. Needed that. And pulled it off with aplomb. And now is going to have DRS on Alex Albon. This could be an incredible moment. DRS is wide open.
Tyres cool. Yeah, copy.
And there he goes, and he's going to head down the inside. That's perfect. Perfectly done from Norris. There's Esteban Ocon still pushing at the front.
Just focus on those temps. Copy.
Oh, what a move from Norris there. Round the outside he went, and now right behind Stroll. Yeah, just got to keep an eye on Max Verstappen here. His times are looking strong. Yeah, DRS active, and Norris is through. Excellent. Right. Ocon leading the way then by about 5.8 seconds. He's going to come in next lap and put on the hard tyres that he will end this race on.
Let's box now, please. Box now.
Yeah, happy to work.
And Norris now closing in on Sergio Perez. Doing a great job. Oh, what's Ocon doing? Why is he not? Why did he not come in this lap? That's really weird.
Box now.
That's okay. It just means it's a lap less on the hard tyres, I suppose, but that's cost him about half a second here because his tyres are shot now. Alright, hopefully we have a good pit stop here. But he is in the pits. And where's he going to come back out? Will he come out ahead of Stroll? I'm not sure, he might do. It's an excellent pit stop, 2.2 seconds. And he is away ahead of Stroll. So Ocon now will not be pitting again. These tyres will absolutely last until the end of the Grand Prix. And he can push on them as hard as he likes. Meanwhile, Lando Norris just 3 seconds behind Sergio Perez. But it's Max Verstappen that currently leads this Grand Prix.
Get the tyres down now.
But we need to zoom up behind Leclerc and Perez. That's a great move on Leclerc. We'll have to watch that when the replay comes up. How did he get around there?
Lando Norris here. They decide to give it a go.
Very risky move, but just saves him
Up into third.
countless seconds. Come the end of the race. And now DRS active, but he's too close behind Perez to be able to make the most of that. So just does it on the next straight. Which helps quite nicely as well. Okay, right, Norris now closing in on Max Verstappen. As Charles Leclerc has pitted. And Max Verstappen has just put in fastest lap of the race.
Do with bringing them down.
He managed that on such old tyres. Just shows what a cut above he is. You know, still a little while away from getting off these medium tyres and putting on the softs again. But now within a second of Max Verstappen. This is the moment because you feel Max Verstappen is favourite for this race at the moment. But Ocon, to be fair, only 8 seconds behind. We've got yellow flags. Is that going to be a safety car? It's Oscar Piastri. I think we're okay. Let's have a little look at what happened to Oscar.
This was at turn 3.
He's battling one of the Alfa Romeos. I think Zhou Guan Yu, and yeah, that's a nasty little crash. DRS is active for Lando. And what's he going to do with it? He gets himself into the lead of this race. Okay, now time to use some energy and see where he gets to with it.
They're at the peak now.
Needed to be more than a second ahead of Max Verstappen. And now should be able to push on. And Norris not far away from his pit window. Verstappen's in. Max Verstappen is in. And I assume he has put on soft tyres. And he's 12 seconds behind behind Esteban Ocon. Well, this is very interesting now, isn't it? As Charles Leclerc puts in fastest lap of the race so far. Well, let's see what happens. We've got about 17 laps to go. Of course, Max Verstappen, his tyres are going to run out before Ocon's do. But Norris is in. Need a quick pit stop. And we get 2 seconds, and he comes out right behind Verstappen and Leclerc, but with much fresher tyres. 20% fresher than Leclerc, 10% fresher than Max Verstappen. So now it's going to be a battle between the 4 of these guys to see who wins this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Is Ocon going to win the sprint and feature race? Or is Norris going to make a comeback here? Now we know that Ocon will lap slower than these guys by about a second. But we know that their tyres will run out fairly soon. DRS open. That was an excellent overtake from Norris and a needed one. Now Ocon not too far in the distance here. Lap times are starting to become a little bit more similar. And there goes Norris round the outside of Max. He's through. And now you would say it's a guaranteed Williams win.
Let's take a closer look.
Let's
It
see.
was the Williams driver we see there. It's there for the
And it was
taking.
Lando Norris round the outside of Max Verstappen, and he is through. And now it's all about these final few laps. As Norris puts in fastest lap of the race. Now just 3 seconds behind his teammate Esteban Ocon. And I think it's going to be Lando Norris who takes victory here. As with 10 laps to go, he's right behind Esteban now. Alright, let's see. Yeah, don't want to be too aggressive here and take each other out. But yeah, Max Verstappen's tyres are starting to drop off now. So here we go then. Lando Norris is going to take the lead. Very good move. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Now, can Ocon stay with him? It's going to be intense. We've got less than 10 laps to go, but we are 1 and 2 here, and it's Lando Norris leading the way. And that's very nice for our two drivers. And well, Ocon 7 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen. He's done a good job of holding that one off, hasn't he?
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
That's quite amazing, really. Oh, Max Verstappen now starting to close back in on Ocon. 4 seconds is the gap there. 3 laps to go. And you can see Norris is about to start his penultimate lap of the race. I think it's probably worth just going back to standard here. And yeah, I think Ocon in a good place as well. So let's just get everything back down to temperature. It's going to be Lando Norris who wins here. In Baku. But it's going to be a Williams 1-2, and we've controlled this race, done very, very well in it, and pushed for so much of the race. And there goes Lando Norris on to the final lap of this Grand Prix. He's going to end up about 10 seconds ahead of his teammate.
No energy, bottom of the pack. Yeah, confirm.
And now Norris, will he get within a second of Bottas to get himself a bit of DRS over the line? Checkered flag is out. And although it was Ocon yesterday, it's Lando Norris today, and it's his victory. And he takes 26 points from this race. Ocon is going to come over the line, and he's going to finish second. Very, very good result for us there. Max Verstappen finishes third, and Charles Leclerc will come across the line in fourth. Williams and Red Bull are cut above the rest, as has been the case the last couple of seasons, but Sergio Perez in the Mercedes has looked alright this Grand Prix. Here comes Pierre Gasly in P6, Stroll 7th, then Magnussen in 8th. Albon is going to finish 9th, and Zhou Guanyu will finish in the top 10 and get some more points for Alfa Romeo. So there you have it.
What a remarkable drive by Lando Norris today.
That was a really well executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
Absolutely awesome to see both of our drivers up on the podium again.
Next, the teams will be taking a trip to the Sunshine State. The Hard Rock Stadium is laying down the track for a captivating race at the Miami Grand Prix.
And we've got the Miami Grand Prix next time out. Very good. Right, Lando Norris extends his lead in the championship to 10 points over his teammate Esteban Ocon, who himself is 18 points ahead of Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc currently 4th in the championship. Into the constructors then, and well, we're on 172. Very good weekend for us, and pulling out some good points on Red Bull. Absolutely maximising our performance there, and now leading by 48 points, which is a DNF ahead of them, which is fantastic. Into the fastest pit stops, Lando Norris did have the fastest pit stop for us, 4th best in the race, and DHL fastest pit stop award championship currently going to us as well. But again, that mistake not great. Sophia Flörsch 19th in practice. Okay, 5 million made in profit, which is what we like to see, and just keeping us going between races. We've got 2 designs coming between now and Miami. We'll get those emergency manufactured so that we stay on top at the next Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.